Confidence is just a mindset, babe. And if you don't feel confident, it's time to fake it until you make it. I used to be genuinely one of the most non-confident people you would ever meet in your life. And I think that it manifested itself in the way that I talked to myself, the way I talked about myself, and the way that I would just show up for myself. But I have learned so much in terms of how to become confident and how to really grow that confidence from within. And I want to share with you guys how I did that and the 6 tips that I learned in order to get to where I'm at now. If you don't know me, my name is Anna, and I'm here to share my life experiences so that you don't have to make the same mistakes as I did. Don't forget that you can always check the description box down below for chapters, and remember to take what resonates with you and leave behind what doesn't. But without further ado, let's just get right on into it. So I've been waiting to talk about this topic for a while because it's something that I truly believe that I have mastered. Again, I used to not be very confident at all. And it's not something that just takes, 1-2 days and then all of a sudden you're a different person. I think it's something that you have to be able to practice over time. And then eventually it'll become secondhand nature. So my first tip is stopping the negative self-talk. This is one that gets me so upset because I notice people do this all the time, and I used to do this. So when I hear other people do it, I'm like, okay, stop, because you will manifest this into what you are. I don't know how to explain it, but don't worry, you guys, I will be doing it. So the way that you talk to yourself is the reason why you are either confident or not confident at all. If you are looking in the mirror every single day and telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm lazy, whatever the case may be, you are going to believe that. And so you will start showing up for yourself in ways that align with the way that you think about yourself. And it's the same for the opposite way around. So if you're like, I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm confident, I have my shit together, whatever, then you will start also acting in the way that aligns with the way that you think about yourself in terms of positive, right? I think a lot of us struggle with how we talk to ourselves because it's something that, we're in our heads every single day, right? So making sure to then switch over from, oh, I'm lazy, I'm unproductive, I'm not good enough, to, oh, I'm pretty and I'm beautiful and I'm smart and I have my shit together is really the biggest shift of them all. I think one tip that I really started to do when I was okay, I'm not confident and I need to change that up because I don't like the way that I am perceiving myself and I realize it's a problem. I would genuinely, I would look in the mirror and I'd be like, okay, you're beautiful, you're confident, you're smart, all these positive things that you can say about yourself, right? And I just kept doing that even though I knew, I was like, this is so weird and I don't like this. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the more natural it will feel. And although it sounds, odd to do, the reason why it's important is because the way that you perceive yourself is the way that you will show up for yourself. Another thing that really helped me, if you don't feel comfortable doing the whole speaking to yourself in the mirror thing, was I had put post-it notes around my house and my room, and then where it would say I am confident, I am beautiful, I am deserving of love, and all those kinds of things. And every time I would look at them, I would just, quietly say it to myself in my head. So I think that's another great option if you're like, the mirror thing is kind of weird, I don't really like that. I think that the post-it note method is also something that works as well. And it's something that I have also mentioned in previous videos as well. And it's a great way to, practice, the positive self-talk. My next strategy for growing confidence is manifestation and words of affirmation, which is kind of something that goes hand in hand with our previous topic. So again, when you start to say things like, I am not good enough, I am lazy, you will start acting in ways that align with the way that you feel about yourself. On the other hand, again, if you believe genuinely that you are hot and the baddest version of yourself, and like whatever the case may be, then you're going to start showing up for yourself in that way. If you're believing that you are these things, it will manifest into your life. So making sure to have that like self-confidence and have that positive self-talk will manifest into your life. And I think that's something that isn't talked about enough, but it's very true. And the more that you talk about yourself in a high manner, the more other people are going to also start to see you in that way as well. I also think it's really important to, as soon as you notice yourself saying, mean things about yourself, just automatically just be like, nope, I'm not doing that today. I'm not gonna think of myself as, A, B, C, F, G, and instead, you know what, I am this, I am whatever. If you look the part, if you feel the part, you will be the part. That can go for negative and positive ways as well. So I know that was really fast, but we're gonna go on to our next point, which is being careful with your energy. This is something that I talk about all the time and very religiously, but it's so true. When you are constantly around people who have a negative mindset, you will also start to have a negative mindset. They say, birds of a feather flock together, right? So, if you're hanging around lazy people, you're going to become lazy. If you're hanging around confident people, you're going to become confident, and like all the types of things, right, that you can become, you will also be. Like, if you're hanging around 5 broke people, you're gonna be the 6th one, or whatever, the saying is, right? I think a really good example of this is actually the movie Mean Girls, right? It's something, hopefully we have all seen before. And if not, please go watch it now, because I dressed up as Regina George for Halloween, and I think it was a baddie costume. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check out my Instagram. But anyways, back to the point. So in the movie Mean Girls, there's this scene, right, where all the girls are looking at themselves in the mirror and they're like, oh my god, I'm so fat, this pimple is huge, blah blah blah. And they look over at Katie and they're like, are you gonna say anything bad about yourself? Like, come on now. And then she's like, I have really bad breath in the morning, like whatever. But basically the entire premise of the movie, not the entire premise, but one of the main points of that movie is like, she's friends with like Janice, right? And Janice is like, you've hung around these mean girls so much that you're starting to become a mean girl. But again, I think that's a really good example of you are going to become exactly who you hang around. So if you're hanging around people who are constantly having, negative self-talk, and especially if you're very easily persuaded, or if you're also not somebody who's super, super confident in themselves yet, that can really affect your mindset as well. And I just posted something on my story the other day. I saw it on Instagram where it was like 3 apples. One was rotten and the one next to it was like starting to become moldy or something. And there was like a bunch of cleaner ones or whatever. And the post had said something about it's not you, it's your environment. And I think that's just so true. So again, just be very careful with your energy. Be careful with, who you decide to hang around. And if you're, entering this era of self-love and confidence, I think that it's really important to evaluate, what kind of people you're surrounding yourself with, if that makes sense. My next point is look good, feel good. This is something that, has been a saying for a long time, right? And it's not all about, like you have to look good all the time, or like looks is the only thing that matters. But it's more about the way that you show up for yourself has a lot to do with how other people will see you, and in turn, the way that you see yourself. And for me, like, I know it's hard to tell with like these YouTube videos and stuff, but I do try to dress up as much as possible. I like to have a good outfit, and I think that's something that really makes me feel really good. I also, try to do my makeup every day. I have been recently trying to do stuff with my hair and like put it up, or do a little bun, or do something fun with it, because that's something that makes me feel good. And I think that when I look good, I feel good, and I am more confident. And I think that having a glow up within yourself will also help you to have a glow up like on the outside, and then also will change the way that people see and perceive you as well. This is just something that helped me. Again, take what resonates with you. You have to have like at least 2 of the 3 things: hair, makeup, a good outfit. And genuinely, like, if you start doing that every day, it really does change like people's perspective of you. Because I know for me, at least, when I'm looking at someone else who has like a good outfit, I'm like, dang, like they got their shit together and blah blah blah, and it's just a confidence boost, you know. But yeah. And then my next point is creating a growth mindset and shifting your perspectives. So you can change your confidence and shift your perspectives with the right mindset. And even if you feel as though you're, you know, so stuck in your ways, like, oh, I'm never going to become confident, I don't have the right tools, and, you know, whatever the case may be, babe, that is literally the exact definition of a fixed mindset. Like, literally. Having a growth mindset is all about, you know, I know that I'm not where I want to be, but I know that I can achieve that. And having a fixed mindset where you're like, I know that I'm not where I want to be, but I'm never going to get there anyways because of all these other factors. Oh my God, like, I don't know what it is, but that perspective is just so icky to me. And you can change anything about yourself at any point in time. Like, you can literally become exactly who you want to be right now. Just it literally just takes a growth mindset and a subtle shift in your perspective. When no one else believes in you, you have to believe in you, because at the end of the day, no one is going to have your back like you have your back. And if you can't show up for yourself, how the fuck is anyone else supposed to show up for you? Or how do you expect anyone else to want to, you know? That sounds blunt, but it's the truth. And I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to give you guys advice and share my perspectives and also tell you the way that it really is. Another thing that I want to talk about that has to do with, you know, a mindset shift in terms of confidence is rejection and dealing with people who are mean or don't accept you, and all the things kind of, you know, under this category. All I have to say is, who cares if they don't like you? Do you even like them? Like, for real, do you even really give a fuck at the end of the day what they think about you when you don't even like them anyways? Like, why does their opinion matter? Let them reject you, let them hate on you, let them talk their motherfucking shit, because at the end of the day, I've never seen someone who is confident, hot, unbothered, and in their bag talk shit about someone else. The thing is, babe, the only reason why they're talking shit about you is because when they talk about themselves, no one listens. Literally. And when I like used to get sad about, oh, this person's talking bad about me, like when I like still gave a fuck about what other people had to say about me when it's my life, when I was in that era of giving a fuck about what other people thought, I genuinely just remember that quote of, babe, they're only talking shit about you because when they talk about themselves, no one listens. And it would just like be a flashing thing that was coming across my mind every single time. And then I was like, after a while, I just stopped giving a fuck because I was like, that is so true. So, yeah, their opinions really don't matter. The only person's opinion that should matter is your fucking self, especially when it comes to you, babe. Like, don't let people walk all over you. Like, stand up for yourself, you know, when it's appropriate, right? But shift your mindset from, oh my God, she's talking shit about me, to who? Literally, who? Who the fuck even is that? I don't know, because I don't care. I literally don't care. And the thing is, we're all human. We're all going, especially like if this is somebody who is close to you, then obviously like it's gonna hit a little bit different. But if you don't even know this person, why care about them talking shit? Like, they're just bored. Like, people who are constantly busy, who have shit to do with their lives and, you know, have it all together, they're not doing that. So why care? And I know that was a long explanation, but I think some of y'all really needed to hear that. Okay? Their opinions don't fucking matter of you. And, you know, it's you, me, we, forever. So Baddies don't give a fuck. Okay? Just saying. Okay. My last and final point is, you know, if all else fails, if these steps that I have talked about don't end up working, fake it until you motherfucking make it. Like, that is something that I said at the beginning, and that is truly some of the best advice. Like, seriously. Pretending to feel confident will make you confident, because you can literally trick your brain into thinking anything. Like, they call it delusional, but one thing I always say is be delusional until your delusions become a reality. Like, you can really put it as fake it until you make it, or become so delusional until your delusions become a reality. One of the two. They both mean the same thing. But trust me when I say that it works, because, again, I used to be the most not confident person that you could ever meet. Like, especially if you knew me in high school. Damn! Oh my God. But I shifted my mindset, and I learned a lot from going from not being confident to being confident. And these are the steps that I think are the most important. I mean, there's so many that we could really get into and talk about, but I think these are the ones that, to me, have really worked the best. Especially the last one. But that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're returning, thank you. I missed you. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.